So this video is the continuation of the Alabama defensive analysis of the Iron Bowl, where I said that Alabama's defense actually did not play bad. And this is the same series as the previous video. I'm going to show you it happening again and again. These were the next few plays that happened after that whole exchange I showed you in the previous video. You might say I'm wrong. Well, I'm going to show you. Let's look at these next three plays and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. And you're also going to see actually that the Alabama defensive coordinator, Pete Golding, put the defense in the right position. They just got to execute it. So I don't see why people keep blaming Pete Golding as well. They want to maybe allude to the whole season to say that, oh, it was just a competition. These numbers don't show that, and these plays don't show that. They show lack of discipline leading to conversions for different offenses. So let's get right into it. 9 minutes, 57-second mark left of the second quarter here. Alabama is in a 4-2-5 defense. Alabama played this 4-2-5 a lot, and it was actually really successful against Auburn, with Anthony Jennings standing at the right outside linebacker position. Alabama plays a zone on this play, and it leaves Jared Maiden on the line of scrimmage, or near the line of scrimmage, on the left side of the defense. Auburn has trips to the right, giving the impression of a screenplay, because usually they do screenplays when they do that. The Bama front isn't fooled at all. Actually, everyone does their job here except Shane Lee. The Auburn offensive line blocks down to the right as the left tackle blocks Christian Harris, and the right guard and the right tackle pull to the left side. Anthony Jennings engages the right guard 1 yard into the backfield, so he's actually got leverage and he's got position into the backfield. Effectively, he's setting the edge, making sure the running back can't get to the outside or doesn't try to get to the outside, which he doesn't. Shane Lee, on the other hand, hesitantly steps forward and gets engaged, so he doesn't do the engaging. He gets engaged by the right tackle 1 yard past the line of scrimmage. This creates a gap between him and Anthony Jennings at the line of scrimmage, and that is all that Booby Whitlow needed as he jumps through that gap and gets a 10-yard gain for an easy first down conversion. You can't blame the defensive coordinator for that play. That was on Shane Lee not filling the gap that he was supposed to. The player has to do his job. And he's been taught that. He's been coached to do that. He's a true freshman. He's inexperienced. So he has to learn that over time. But you can't blame the coach for a player not doing what they're supposed to do. He just has to do it. This play could have been pushed wide early and possibly stopped at the line of scrimmage or forced a running back to go out of bounds by Patrick Surtain, whose zone was on that side of the field. And that's just an example of what I'm talking about. Now we're going to go on to a couple plays later after Alabama. So on the ensuing first down, Auburn ran the ball, lost a yard. So this is a couple plays later. It's second quarter still, 9 minutes, 17-second mark, second down and 11. Very similar formations to that first play I just showed you. Alabama's in a 4-2-5 defense again, but they're playing man coverage with inside leverage. That's important, and you're going to see why I told you that on all the wide receivers. So Auburn has the trips wide receivers to the right. Auburn actually goes max protection here. They want to make sure they have time to throw the ball and not get a sack, not get a pressure on Bo Nix. They have 7 blockers in the game because they respect the Alabama pass rush. For those of you who thought the Alabama can't pass rush for some reason. Bo Nix takes the snap and looks to his right. He opens his hips to that side and throws to Seth Williams on the comeback route. He throws it toward the sideline. Why did he do that? Trevon Diggs is playing inside leverage on the man coverage, so Bo Nix has to be sure to throw this ball away from Trevon Diggs, who has the speed to jump this pass. The result is that Bo Nix actually sails this pass a bit too far and wide. If Trevon Diggs played this technique wrong, or he was on the outside leverage, then he wouldn't be doing his assigned job, basically, and Bo Nix would be able to throw it right at him, right at Seth Williams, that is, and on top of that route, and have gotten an easy first down. Seth Williams wouldn't even have to come back to the ball, but Trevon Diggs did what he was supposed to on this play, and this puts pressure on Bo Nix to make a good throw to the outside. And in this particular case, Bo Nix, the true freshman, does not make a good throw to the outside. That's good coaching by Pete Golding and the Alabama defense. When you do what you're supposed to do, good things typically happen unless the quarterback makes a perfect throw. They usually don't. The next play, So like I said, that same microcosm of events that I told you about in the first video, watch it play out one more time right here. The next play, second quarter, 9 minutes, 11 seconds left, 3rd down and 11. Alabama is in a bit of a 3-2-6, so it's literally parallel to the last time, or basically something like a 4-1-6, something in that range. It's a dime defense. They have 6 DBs on the field. Auburn goes 4 wide, 2 wide receivers on the left side, 2 wide receivers on the right side. Alabama has 2 safeties high. They're basically telling Auburn, you're not going to get this ball over our heads. You're going to have to convert underneath. And, well, you'll see what happened. So Auburn set their running back to the right. The Alabama linebackers Shane Lee and Anthony Jennings were on the left and the right C gaps, respectively. The C gap is on the outside shoulder of the offensive tackle. So you see them there. Shane Lee is in position to play pass defense on Boobie Whitlow. Pete Golding has him in the right position. He has him where he needs to be to make this play. The 4 Alabama rushers dominate this play. Pay attention to Barmore, Anthony Jennings, and Terrell Lewis. They got a really nice push. Terrell Lewis beat a double team, and Anthony Jennings has a free rush on a loop on a stunt play coming right at Bo Nix, a free rush. Auburn has Nix looking for Whitlow the whole time. They weren't expecting him to make a throw down the field into that dime defense, those 6 DBs. They were looking for him to go underneath to attack a true freshman linebacker. Shane Lee makes the mistake of selling out completely on the outside route to the flats. He completely gave up the inside leverage that his assigned position gave him. So Boobie Whitlow killed him for it. He ankled back sharply to the middle of the field and caught Shane Lee flat-footed. Nix hits the guy he wants the whole time and gets a 1st down conversion. Shane Lee failed to trust the defense here. Shane Lee has to play the inside leverage on the running back because it's easier to get a stop pre-1st down if you force the play wide. If he had just kept the inside leverage and didn't sell out to try to run full speed to meet Whitlow at the flats, if he had just kind of trailed him a little bit on the inside hip going toward the flats, even if he tried to angle it back and run to the field, Shane Lee would have been in better position to make that tackle and could have slowed him down, even if he missed the tackle, enough where the secondary members could come up to make a tackle on Whitlow. But also what happens if you play the right position and you force it wide, and let's say Whitlow does try to run wide for the 1st down, well, now he has to avoid going out of bounds, and you have 2 more defenders who are up the field on that side who can help you make the tackle. It just, everything is better. And here's the better part of doing this. If you force it wide, the throw becomes harder. It's easy to throw the ball right in front of your face in the middle of the field, but if you have to throw to the outside, as we saw on the play in the previous video where Bo Nix missed Seth Williams trying to throw a comeback route, when you try to throw it to the outside, you have to throw it with touch and with the right amount of accuracy. And that would have just added an extra level of difficulty to this play, especially on a 3rd down for a true freshman quarterback. It's good coaching. It's bad execution by the player. And so you might want to blame that on the coach too, but I just don't see it that way when the player just has to do what they're supposed to do. And so, like I said, the Alabama defense wasn't bad. They consistently got into the right position on 3rd down, and they consistently made mistakes that led to an Auburn 1st down conversion, extended some drives, and got Auburn 1st downs that they were somehow able to turn into a field goal or maybe even a touchdown, because the more you stay on the field, eventually you're going to make a mistake and let a team score a touchdown somewhere. So that's why I say, and I can do this again and again and again, I can show you over and over and over again, the Alabama defense didn't play bad in this game. There were mental errors and lack of discipline that led to Auburn conversions on 3rd down when they had no business getting them. So that's what I got to say. I don't know if you want to dispute this, go into the comment section and talk about it. Feel free to do so. I'm more than happy. But as I said in the previous video, I have a Discord. We can also talk football there called Logic and Football. The link is in the description below. Also have a Patreon if you want to support the channel and help me improve the quality and also support my family. That link is also in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.